Hello. Today I would like to show you my completed journal. I actually just finished it, and I still am adding things, believe it or not, as I go, because as most of you know, it's pretty tough to stop. You tend to just keep going. But this thing is fat, 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 fatness. Look at that. It is textbook size. I don't know. It came from an old textbook. I did have to make a new binding. The binding is double the size of the binding that was on there. And my closure, I didn't know what I wanted to do. And then I decided I wanted to use a belt. So I went to a thrift store and looked through their belt section, and I just happened to find this perfect colorful one with these pretty beads and this pretty lace that goes very nicely with the color scheme. The cover, I used scrapbook paper. The back cover was also a piece of scrapbook paper out of the same pack. And this was a die cut from, I think that's the Tim Holtz book plate die, maybe? Lillian? Not right now. Not right now. Don't do it again. Okay? Just let me do this real quick. And then this was a piece of paper cut out of that same page. It says Soul. So, let's open it up. I kind of tied it tight because it's kind of fat. Oh, see, it's like taking a belt off. It breathes. So, the inside cover I just did today. I left the original. This book was brand new. It had never been opened, never been used. So I left the original cover, but when I sanded the front cover, I didn't think to put anything down underneath it, so it kind of got scuffed with some rocks, but I don't really mind. I made a collage page for my September. I like to do my first day of the month. I like to do a collage for that month, you know, and to see, you know, things that remind me of the month ahead. So that's I did it on this. I was going to make a page of it, but I decided to add something in to it. Throughout the book, I have magazine images and magazine quotes that I like. This was a picture. If you had seen my progress video, this is still the same. This is this phoenix I've had for a long time. And I made a lot of my own journaling cards stamped. This was another journaling card I made out of a magazine picture. Both of these pictures came from magazines. Let me see if I could change my lighting a little bit so it's not so bright over here. Little pocket there. So basically the difference is I did some embellishing to the pages. I added a lot of blank sheets on pages that I wanted to write on. I just threw this together. I used every scrap from pages that I'd used in this. I used all the scraps except for the scrapbooking paper that I did on the covers, and that's because I have another project that I'm going to use those pieces for. And there's still quite a bit left on those, so I decided to put them elsewhere. I bought a shirt at that same thrift store. They had half off, so I got $1.25 for a shirt. So I put some strips of that fabric. This is from Arbor Day. I decided to, I got a whole bunch of these awesome whale labels from the Stampin' Up! Punch. I was going to buy one, but then I decided that I have some dies that were, I don't remember the brand, but they're the ones that come in the light blue sleeves. And I have a set of labels from them, so I'm just going to use what I have. And this is the Arbor Day envelope I decided to put in. And I'm going to put labels in here. And what I mean by that is I printed off a bunch of free labels onto full sheet label paper. So I'm not going to put every one of them in here. The journal would be huge, but I'm going to put a handful of them in here to use throughout my journal. You know, I have images. This is a pocket. I liked that picture. I liked the colors in that picture. Card there. A card here. There's no rhyme or reason to how I have these tucked in because I'm going to pull them from different areas to use in different places. So I was playing around with my sewing machine a little bit. This one has some sewed edges on it. This I got out of a swap, out of Happy Mail. I tried to use all of my Happy Mails, so some of you ladies might recognize some of this stuff because you sent it to me. You know, and I like Happy Mail. I like getting Happy Mail. I like sending Happy Mail, so I figured if it makes me happy, I might as well put it in. And the book had poems in it, the textbook, that I used some of the pages, and I kept the poem pages because I really like some of them in here. A band here with a card. I used a lot of recyclables. I used a lot of trashy junk. You know, somebody had given me a flower. Actually, the flower that we had just gone by, this one here, was on a piece of wax paper, and I liked the little bubble that said there's double-sided tape on the back. And I like that guy's face, and a greeting card that was sent to me. I used some playing cards in there. Another little journaling card in a little envelope that was made for me. And more poems and some dyed paper that I did. Another little embellishment there. This opens out. This is also the calendar from Arbor Day. It's for 2018. And I put a junk mail envelope. I like putting images behind the windows. This was a page I did out of scraps. I made a serendipity paper, and then the punch out from one of my dies I just did on book pages and kept the book pages. So there's that. This thing is huge. I hope it's not too big. I hope I can still use it. Made a pocket there. And a little pocket there. I included some of my painty papers in there. This was junk mail. I put the envelope here, and then I put the other side on that page. More junk mail. Yellow rice envelope. A lot of these flip out here. This came from a embossing folder, a Tim Holtz embossing folder I bought it Tuesday morning. Opens up to a page there. Another little tuck. Tuck right there. I have a lot of greeting cards so that I can write in those, but they are also tucks, so I can tuck things into them. I have a journaling card I made tucked into a greeting card there. This was an image from the book. There was a lot of creepy images in there, and this one's kind of creepy, but less creepy than most. This was a packaging from sachets that you put in your drawers so they smell nice. So I just decorated the back a little bit because you don't need the instructions, and then I left that side blank so I can write. I left a lot of writing space. I dismantled a composition book. That's what that's from. I haven't been ripping pages out of books that I have been using because these are all tucks here. These came from scrapbook papers that I did. So I have tucks for some pictures and whatever. I have been instead dismantling the signatures, and that takes a lot of work, but it's so much more worth it than having, I don't like having sideways pages. So I have a bunch of ephemera that I got, and I love the writing on this postcard. I ripped all the stamps off of them, so this, you know, most of them are missing corners, but it's fine for what I'm doing. But I just love the penmanship. Another one of my scrap papers. This tab here is for the kids, and what I mean by that is I'm going to put little pictures of the kids, but also I'm keeping, if I see their name in a magazine, which I go through magazines all the time, I keep it. So that one says Vera. I got a couple of them that say Vera because of ads for Vera Wang and Vera Bradley. Another card. And I have another envelope. Oh no, that was a piece. This was an envelope piece. It was too big for my page, so I turned it into a tuck instead. Another tuck here. This was like something I had from a long time ago. Excuses to where your homework went. An octopus pulled it into tiny pieces, so I turned it into a journaling card. I put a folder in here, and all of the journaling cards that I'm going to use are in it. So this is a manila envelope. So I put a bunch of cards in there to use. These were all pretty much Happy Mail. And then I have a little corner tuck here with another card I made out of painty papers. Composition page. And I put blank pages on this side of the envelope. So that worked out nicely. I embellished the envelope a little bit. And I love this picture. I love this picture too. It's like a medieval moon chart. And on the back I put a card that I can journal on. And then I have another one of those postcards with the cut corner with a little journaling card in it that I made. Another journaling card I did. This was, I got a whole bunch of trivia cards, so I decided to make some of them as tabs. I've seen a lot of that on YouTube, so. Another journaling card I made. These were tabs from ice cream, so, we get a lot of it. And I put a picture, little pretty colorful picture behind it, little scrap. Journaling card behind this little envelope flap. Here's the envelope. I put a little piece of lace on it there. And this little card, Pier 1 ad that I like, so I turned it into a journaling card. Not right now, honey. Yep. Okay. This was junk mail. When I sewed the signatures, this got crooked and I didn't notice it. And the mistake I made was that I had the signatures loaded up with paper and ephemera and stuff. So I was trying to keep everything together and sew it in, and it was 1,000,000 degrees in here. So I don't care that it's crooked. This was an envelope from Happy Mail. I like all the washi tape, and I really like the envelope. So I decided to keep it. Another tuck from images I've had. I've had this for a long time. And another card. These were embossed. I embossed ice cream boxes. So I turned them into tucks. Another here. This came out of that ephemera with the postcards, so I thought I would use her honor roll certificate to journal on. The other side of that piece of junk mail. This I did 2 tucks, right here and right here. So if I got, if I got crazy and had to tuck a bunch of things in, I would just tuck them in there. All right, this I have a piece of a Kleenex box. case you're wondering, you can still buy that pretty Kleenex box from Dollar Tree. I saw them there the other day. Another card. Another envelope that was given to me. Yes. Greeting card. I put down here, and off she goes. This was packaging. I could use it to journal on. This. Picture from the book. Another tuck. You have a tuck down here. And a quote there. An envelope. A tuck down there with a little journaling card I made a while back. Made that into a journaling card. This. And that. This is a few pages out of a helicopter log. So these were the end pages I decided to keep. I liked the way they looked. Okay. This here is like kind of, it's kind of just stuck on there, I guess. Just scraps that I had. Junk mail envelope. Again, I put a picture behind there, and then on the back there was some double-sided tape, so I just stuck a quote on. Some painting papers that was given to me in Happy Mail, or swaps, or whatever. Another journaling card. An envelope I decorated. Another one of those tabs. I put a picture behind the circle. This. Here's the rest of the envelope you can tuck something under. Got a little tuck there. Another poem from the book. I love the picture of this sky. Came out of a National Geographic. Greeting card. Little card there. This was a tab from one of the boxes. Some more of that fabric from that shirt. The other side of that envelope. I painted it, but I also put a sheet of paper over it. Flower that came from Happy Mail. I love trees. This is an envelope. I got a couple of them throughout. A tuck spot there from that embossed box. I like that chair. This is the last page, and this was junk mail I got from one of those subscription boxes, so I put it in here to put my Christmas cards, my Christmas journaling cards in, so that come Christmas time I have them here if I should so desire to use them. But I like the way this is, so I also made myself a template to use in the future. The sticker got all mucked up when I jumped the gun, and I glued this in before I sanded the cover. Again, made the mistake of doing that beforehand. So the sticker got kind of weird, and the outside of it got kind of scratched up, but that's fine. So I just put one of my box cardboard flowers on it. And we're on the back. This was lace I had. I put some white sheer fabric, and then I put this lace on top, which I really like. So that's it, my big fat journal. I will be using it starting tonight, September 1st, with my September page here. So this will be my first page that I'll be writing on. Well, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, or if you have any feedback to give, I really appreciate it. Just comment below, and I will be making more videos soon. It's been kind of busy the last couple weeks, but it should be slowing down a little bit. So have a good day.